Jordan Prince. This is Alycia Prince, and we are the Princes. This is our first video on our new YouTube channel, where we will talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Getting started with this channel, we wanted to let you guys get to know us a little bit better, so we're gonna do a Q&A. We asked our Instagram followers what are some things that they'd like to know, so we're gonna have our top 5 questions that we got. We don't wanna keep this video too long, so we only picked a few questions to keep it shorter, so here we go.
Start with question number 1. What do you guys like to do for fun inside and outside?
I think this is a good question because for our followers that aren't from our hometown, we are from Omaha, Nebraska. So I know a lot of people are like, we don't see you guys out. We never really get to see you guys. So I think this is a good question.
So I'm gonna handle outdoors first.
Okay.
So outdoors, we have a dog, Luna, that's 3 years old. We love taking her for walks. We like to spend a lot of time individually with our dog, and we love going on hikes. We like doing just a lot of outdoor activities. We're not really big partiers or anything like that. To each his own. Not saying there's anything wrong with it, but that's just not what we personally enjoy doing.
Anything with physical activity, no matter the weather, whether it's snowing, raining, it's sunny, we like to be outside. For indoors, I would say that we like to do a lot of house projects. I'm gonna try to record more on our channel now with projects that we do. For those who don't know, my husband is a very, very handy man. So anything that I assign to him, he will complete. And so house projects I love because I kind of think of what I want and then he helps me execute it. I always help out, I don't leave him hanging. And then otherwise, we just like to cook, watch movies, chill. If we have company over, we like to play spades. We're really old school. We like to play card games. We like to play Jenga, stuff like that. So we're very, very laid back. We don't require much. The next question is, how did you get Luna so trained? So Luna's our dog, for those who don't know, for our first time viewers. We have a German Shepherd dog. She's 3 years old. She's our baby. She's pretty well trained. She's not perfect. We're no professionals, but how did we get Luna so trained?
And she has a little stinking attitude too.
She does have a stinking attitude.
But I believe we imprinted on Luna super young. So we implemented discipline in her schedule. We implemented discipline in her daily activities. So every morning she would come and get me. She would come and wake me up at 4:15, exactly, right on the dot. And we would go outside. We would go for a walk. And during our morning walks, I had a long lead, so I would call her. And every time she looked at me, every time she came back to me, I would give her a treat. I would give her a treat for everything she did. I would praise her like she was like she couldn't do anything wrong.
Treats are so important in the first year, guys.
For sure.
We never didn't have treats with us, excuse me. We always had treats with us at all times. When they are so little, puppies are so impressionable. They're like kids and they're growing so quickly that you have to not only reprimand them really quickly when they're doing something wrong, but you have to reward them really quickly when they're doing something right, so that they understand that, and then it's implemented in their mind, and it's just repetition from there. And it's just a part of growing up. So it was the same thing for our puppy. And then I would just say the biggest thing would be structure, and her, like he said, her routine. Structure-wise, we always had a pretty strict routine with her when she was little. Potty training-wise, she was potty trained super quickly. We always took her to the park to socialize her. A tired puppy is a happy puppy, you guys.
And a well-behaved puppy.
A well-behaved puppy. So tire your dogs out, your puppies out. If you're having trouble with training, I would suggest, treats, or we did the PetSmart puppy training class when she was 8 weeks old to give us a solid foundation, because we were new dog owners that didn't know what we were doing. So that helped a lot. I would recommend that. It doesn't have to be PetSmart, but any type of little foundation for training that can help you, I would recommend.
For sure. So question number 3 is, do you guys plan on having kids? And yes, we do plan on having kids. I'm only the right age of 24 years old, and right now we're really focusing on our foundation, and we enjoy spending time with each other, so it's not like we're in a rush to have kids or anything. Do you have anything to speak on?
Yeah, we do plan on having kids, of course. I just think you can never plan for the right time, but we got married, for those who don't know, at 17 and 19. So we were never in a rush to have children. It was more so of we were just nut kids that got married at a young age. But everyone always asks us, when are we having kids? Everyone always wishes it upon us that we just have kids. But the truth is, we're just taking our time, and we just feel when it's meant to be, it'll be. And when that time comes, like, we'll be so excited. Yeah.
For sure.
To give a straightforward answer, because I'm assuming that's why someone asked that question, we do want kids within the next few years because we want multiple. So there's your answer. This is a good one. What made you guys connect so strongly at such a young age?
That is a good one.
I think this is a really good one because I think that there is a stigma around getting married young, that if you get married young, you're bound for divorce. Like, you're doomed. You're going to be divorced by 24, or you're going to be miserable your whole life, like all types of stuff like that. That's not our case. So what made us connect so strongly at such a young age? I would say our souls. And I know that that's a cheesy answer, but we're very connected within, and we're very much alike. So I think it was just like our souls connected, and then our mindsets connected. We have basically the same mindset. We think so similar. Although we have our differences and we do have our own minds, we connected so strongly because we related to each other so much.
For sure. And when we met, we knew where we were going. We knew where we wanted to be, and we both found somebody that wanted to go the same place as us. So
it's kind of just like, join me on this journey.
Yeah, we married each other as best friends.
Almost 7 years later, here we are.
Last question number 5 is, how do you deal with military deployments? For those who didn't know, I've been active duty Air Force for 5 years this November. And I've been overseas twice throughout that time, once for a year and once for 9 months. This most recently was 9 months. And I'd say how we deal with it is immediately once I get there, we see the time difference and we try to implement a schedule.
A schedule is so important.
Yeah, whether we try to talk for 30 minutes a day or 15 minutes a day, an hour a day, whatever we can, we try to implement a schedule. This last deployment, I used to call Alycia every morning it was 5:30 for me, and here
it was 8:30 for me.
Yeah, so every night I would call her at her time, 8:30 and 5:30 in the morning before I went to work, and that's just what worked for us. We created a schedule and we stuck to it.
Yeah, and I would say a big thing is having your own individual lives during those times is okay. You know, he had his own work, like his shop, like he was there with a goal. Like, they send you to your deployment with a goal. So I completely respected that goal, and I did not come before that goal because that was just what our priorities were at that time.
For sure.
And my goal was to focus on work as well. So we just had our own individual lives that we understood because of the time difference and because of the deployment. We weren't gonna get to live our normal daily lives together. So I think understanding that first is so important. Like, women or men in relationships that, you know, you go through deployments, understand that you cannot be the priority for that time frame that you're deployed. And it sucks, yes, but if you go into it with a good mindset and a positive mindset and just have a long-term goal for each other at the end of the deployment, like, I think setting a goal is super important. We had goals personally, physically, you know, financially, all types of different goals for the end of the deployment, and we executed on every goal.
We're knocking them down like bowling pins.
So it's almost just such a positive, like, going on the deployment, and that's just how we deal with them. And they're not always easy. Days aren't always easy. I would say obviously during like times of stress, and if there was an argument, it was super hard to communicate because you are on a time limit. If you only have 5 minutes to talk and there's just frustration there, you know, you want to leave the conversation calmly, and, you know, you never know what can happen. So just remember that. but it's never easy. It's just, I would say the biggest thing for me as a wife, from their husband being deployed, the biggest thing is your mindset. You know, take control of your mindset and have a positive mindset and be supportive, because as hard as it is on us or the spouse that's back home, you know, it's much harder on them being away. So you just want to be supportive, and you just want to, you know, give love and send good energy, because I was a firm believer that even if we weren't speaking, like, he could feel my energy, and he could feel that I supported him and that I loved him, and he knew I would be here any day that he called. So that would be my advice.
So that is the 5 questions we decided to answer. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and please like, subscribe, and expect more from us. This is just the first video.
This is the beginning of the Prince Empire's YouTube channel.
Yes.
We're gonna be talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly. I know we have kind of went over just a generic Q&A with, you know, all the kind of cute fuzzy stuff, but don't you worry, we will be going down in the deep, dark, dirty crevices of a relationship as well. So stay tuned.